Hey out there, it's Michael V. Moore, aka Mr. Travel Fitness, aka the quiet guy. So, what I want to share with you is just a quick story about myself and why I consider myself the quiet guy. So, if this is your first time ever getting a glimpse into, Mr. Travel Fitness, please go to mrtravelfitness.com, go to the homepage, sign up to be a part of the Travel Fit Club. You can go to the About page to learn a little bit more about what the Travel Fit Club is, but it's all about traveling professionals. So if you had a job, you travel, I'm your guy to help you keep in shape mentally and physically, okay? So the quiet guy, right? So for most of my life, I've always been considered the quiet person. And I always find it very humorous because everyone assumes that just because you're quiet, that you're shy or that you don't talk. And so I kind of built up that reputation ever since I was young. So at a very young age, I was always just quiet, naturally quiet. I don't know if it's because I was the youngest of my mom's three kids in our household growing up, and we were all 4 years apart. But I was always just naturally quiet. I just preferred to listen to folks instead of always just running my mouth. So I grew up just always wanting to listen to people's problems, to people's situations. And then when it came towards, having a solution to people's problems or my own problems, I always sat back and thought about it before I took action. And so by the time I got to school, my school years, I kind of carried that same mentality where I didn't feel like I needed to talk 24/7. I didn't want the attention. I was okay just being in the background. And I would always listen to, the math problems, the science problems, or whatever the homework was. I would just do it. I just show up to school and I would just do it. And so people always assumed I was smarter than I really was in my younger years. And so when people tell you you're smart, all of a sudden, you believe that. And so you do become smart. You do become whatever people kind of tell you are. It's like that mental, that subconscious, intuition and all that good stuff getting into you, and it sinks in. And what once was just a thought then becomes a reality. And so I got better grades. I highly underachieved when I was in school. But by the time I, went to college and graduated from college, even in college, I was still considered a quiet kid. But everyone who actually has a conversation with me and actually talks to me knows I'm not really quiet as much as I'm just reserved. So like, again, people who never ran into me would assume that because they may saw me in a classroom or something like that, they assume that because I'm quiet, I'm shy, or I don't know how to talk, or I don't know how to do this or that. It's just very weird. And so by the time I go into the working world, you're there to be a professional. You're getting paid to do a job. And that's how I viewed it. It's like, okay, they're paying me to do a job. I'm just here to do my job. So for many years, I used to just go into work, do my job, do my job, do my job. I socialized with the people who, who I saw were pretty much good people. That's the best way to put it. Like if I saw you were a person that was detrimental towards the office or detrimental to another person, I most likely wasn't your friend in the office. And it sounds kind of cruel, but that's just how I was when I'm in the office, when I'm in that type of environment. I want to make sure that, positive thoughts, are rewarded, and people that are just there to help other folks and want to create like a better work environment. I'm all about that. I'm all about having a great work environment, having a good team. And over the years, when I was doing my traditional engineering, so for those who don't know, I have an engineering background as well as international business development background. So as I went along my course, I always became a leader of my teams. And I was always the natural, just quiet leader. I just led by example. And eventually, a lot of time, well, I won't say eventually, almost every job I ever had, I always got promoted up the ranks in the fact they wanted me to manage folks. So when you're young, you don't want to do that. So I used to hate when people want me to be a manager when all I just wanted to do was just be a doer, a worker bee. So now that I'm a little older, I kind of appreciate it a little bit more. But over those years of being a business developer and then becoming a manager, it's amazing when you have a reputation as being the quiet kid, so to speak, when you go in a room and people want to overtalk you, or people don't realize that you're the person that they have to report to. So I've been in a lot of situations in my career in which I walked into a room and people had no idea I was the person they were supposed to report to, because they may have heard rumors of, oh, he's a quiet person, instead of, oh, he's my boss, so to speak. And yeah, I won't go into too details because I don't want people to get embarrassed, because I know some of them probably are watching this video eventually. But yeah, there's been a lot of times over the course of my career where people try and judge me and judge you by your reputation instead of by what you can actually bring to a team or how you interact with folks. And so I'm blessed, I guess you can say, in which I've been able to be a good team member as well as lead teams as well. So I have that dual threat capability, and I'm humble enough to know my role on a team, and I know when I gotta talk. I know when I need to shut up. And there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to do that at all. And so if you're a person out there, you don't understand exactly, how to be a part of a team, or if you judge someone at your job that's quiet. Okay, so that was the kind of point of me starting this video, is because I was always known as the quiet kid, and it used to just frustrate me to no end when everyone make an assumption about you instead of what you can actually do. And so if you're at your job and there's all these rumors about this person, oh, that's the quiet person, or that's the gym jock, or that's the socialite, or that's the drinker over there, that's the mom over there. It's like, don't fall into those stereotypes, okay? Because we all got our specialties, we all got our bags, so to speak, but we all can bring something to the table. And so if you go into those type of situations automatically assuming that this person can only be that way. So in my example, that because he's the quiet kid, that means he can't talk. That means he's super shy. That means he doesn't know how to be a leader. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Just go in there with open arms, listen, have a conversation, and move on. Okay. So that's all for this quick video. I just want to say that because that was on my mind as I was talking to some folks, and some people from my past kind of reminded me or made me remember some situations, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I am known as the quiet kid, ain't I? Yeah, I kind of forget about that because it's been a while. So yeah, so I hope you find this video useful or get something from it, hopefully. But yeah, for those out there who have no idea who I am, my name is Michael V. Moore, aka Mr. Travel Fitness. Please go to mrtravelfitness.com, sign up for the Travel Fit Club if you're a person that just want to get mentally, physically in shape while you travel. Stay blessed.